Aloha. This is lesson 286 from A Course in Miracles with Hope Johnson. The hush of heaven holds my heart today. Father, how still today. How quietly do all things fall in place. This is the day that has been chosen as the time in which I come to understand the lesson that there is no need that I do anything. In you is every choice already made. In you has every conflict been resolved. In you is everything I hope to find already given me. Your peace is mine. My heart is quiet and my mind at rest. Your love is heaven and your love is mine. The stillness of today will give us hope that we have found the way and traveled far along it to a wholly certain goal. Today we will not doubt the end which God Himself has promised us. We trust in Him and in ourself, who still is one with Him. That concludes the text. The hush of heaven holds my heart today. This is like a gentle descent into stillness. It's not to escape anything. It's just remembrance that our true sanctuary is here. Stillness is like fullness. You know, you might call it emptiness or fullness. It's empty of thought, but it's not truly empty because it's so full. It's without conflict. How quietly do all things fall into place? So the hush of heaven isn't this silence in absence. It's in perfect alignment. So there's no strain with anything that seems to be coming in the world. There's no desire for it to be a certain way. It's like whatever it is, it's perfect. You know it's in perfect alignment because you have this sense, this stillness of heaven. And it's a certain, let's call it a fullness, because in this fullness, nothing that arises in the world, that this is really an empty world. It's devoid of anything good. You know, it doesn't have anything that you want. It just doesn't touch you. You're not affected by it. You're not affected by, let's say, people's energy, for instance, right? You're so full of the Holy Spirit that someone's energy can't come up and affect you somehow, right? And it's also a recognition how helpful everything is. How everything is 100% helpful for you. Everything anyone says, anything anyone does, any way a circumstance goes, a long time at a traffic light, even something as mundane as that, you're seeing how perfect it is. Yesterday, I was practicing block therapy with a couple people, and this car alarm went off for probably about a half an hour while we're having therapy. It's just amazing how we don't have to be bothered by anything like that. You know, we're laughing about it. We're enjoying our block therapy. 3 of us, and we're all just not bothered by this alarm that seems to be going off outside of us. And nothing's outside of us. When everything's taken as a blessing, nothing can go wrong. You're always having fun. Nothing's straining to become better. Nothing's straining to become quieter. There's nothing there's nothing resisting what is. You know, the hush of heaven, that's not something you become. This stillness, it's really fullness, is who you actually are. You don't become that. You kind of like sink into it. Allow it to be the reality. Allow it to be your reality. It's actually your natural state. It's this incredible strength that just lets you embrace anything, whatever it is. Oh, hooray. It was funny when the car alarm stopped. No one even noticed. Didn't even notice. Hey, wait a minute. Let's not doing that anymore. It wasn't like it stopped and we're like, oh, thank goodness, because we were braced against it, right? It just it becomes, even as loud as it was when when we first noticed it, it came on really loud. It just got quieter until we didn't notice it anymore. And even when it went off, we didn't notice that it went off until afterwards. We're like, hey, wait a minute, what happened to that thing? Apparently it went off somewhere. It stopped making a noise. So there's just no opposition in the mind with this kind of stillness. The stillness that's our natural state. There's just no opposition. When there's no opposition in the mind, there's nothing wrong ever. It says there is no need that I do anything. There's nothing that I need to do. I love that. When I was just about to do these lessons, the ACIM lessons, a thought occurred to me, I need to do ACIM lessons. But that phrase didn't come out of my mouth because I know that's not true. And then I just checked in. And it was like, oh, I'm doing ACIM lessons right now. That's what we're doing. There is no need that I do anything. This is not passivity. It's trust in divinity. It's trust in your divinity. It's trust that everything's already complete. There's nothing here for you. So then in that, every action just becomes a response to love, not as a defense against something fearful. You're not required to achieve peace. You just stop interfering with the peace that's here already. Every choice is already made in God. It says, in you, meaning God, is every choice already made. So you're not choosing alone. Your decisions that are aligned with love are already held in God. It's like the choice for love is already made. In you is every choice already made. The choice against love, that's not a real choice. You're not really capable of choosing that. You're just listening to a thought. That's why it's easeful to come back. It's like a river flowing to the ocean. It's just natural to come back to the choice for love. It's not about making perfect choices. It's about aligning your mind with the perfect choice that's already made. Heaven isn't really a place. It's like a field of undisturbed love. It says your love is heaven. That's the frequency of love. The hush of heaven that it talks about is the frequency of love. No resistance. No resistance to anything. All you can be resisting is nothing. Because you can only resist things of the world, and things of the world are nothing. So heaven isn't somewhere that you go. It's what's here when all fear dissolves. And all longing and all needing and all thinking you need to do something in the world and all that dissolves. To feel the hush of heaven is just to remember, I was never exiled. I was never gone from heaven. This, what I perceived, is just my dream. It's not touching me even right now. Even right now, as I perceive this dreaming, it's being used as a catalyst, as the means for awakening back to the truth. It's not for anything else. Resistance keeps me in it, in this belief that it's real, in this belief that I can get something here. My heart is quiet and my mind is at rest. So this rest, this quietude, it's actually the sign of right alignment. If you feel pushed, if you're grasping, if you're frantic, if you're worried, if you're concerned, that's not guidance. That's fear. Peace is the actual teacher God gave you. The Holy Spirit is peace. So when the inner climate feels restful, that's when you're nearer to truth. We will not doubt the end which God Himself has promised us. There's no doubt about the goal. The journey only feels long because we're measuring it from illusion. Sometimes people ask me, why don't I just end this life? It's so hard. I hear this from older people. Why am I still here? It's so hard. And I'm like, you want to wake up. You're not really here. If it's not beneficial for you to be perceiving this dream, you're going to apparently die. That's all that's going on. If it's beneficial for the awakening of not just your own mind, but our mind, which is one, then you're going to perceive yourself here. The journey's feeling long because you're measuring it by time in an illusion. There's really no journey at all. To God, the end isn't distant at all. It's accomplished already. As soon as you thought yourself separate, it's accomplished already. So if you feel like the journey's long and why doesn't God just take me? That's because you long for things in the world. And especially when you're getting older and you're apparently getting older, now it looks like, oh, your body sucks. It's falling apart. No one thinks you're hot anymore. No one wants to have sex with you. You're not good at hiking or whatever it is you used to do and all that kind of stuff. It's the idea that you want anything in the world still that's bothering you. If you don't want anything in the world, you don't care what state your apparent body's in. Because all you would use the world for, all you would use this perception for is extending love. But what I see when someone asks me a question like that, what's underlying that question? Why don't I get the things I want? It's still the same. It's the same as it ever was. It's just that in the dream, you seem to be less capable of getting the things you want because now you don't have the kind of body that could hook another body, for instance. That seems hanging out with some older people, that seems to be the major thing, believe it or not. That seems to be the major thing that people bring up to me as a heartache. They can't hook it. They can't hook it up. To doubt that it's already been accomplished, to doubt it even momentarily, is to believe more in time than in eternity. And when you think you want to die, you're believing in time. That's something that happens in time. There's not really death. And look at, why does the ego want to die? The ego wants to die, for one, because it wants to punish the Son of God. For two, more dreams. Come back with a fresh new body that you could use to hook up all the things you want to hook up with it. Maybe next lifetime, right? That's the thought of the ego. Next lifetime. I come back, I'm fresh again, right? Now I can get the things I'm not getting in this lifetime. But it always leads, it's plain to see. It always leads to the same place. Look, you're fucking frail again. Old, brittle hair, skin falling off the bone. What use? What use is this? So trust in the self is trust in God. And this is self with a capital S. That's yourself. We trust in Him and in ourself, who still is one with Him. So our self is still one with God. Trusting in yourself means trusting in the self that God created. This is not trusting in the ego. There's no separation between trusting God and trusting the part of you that's still in Him. That's the same thing. The hush of heaven descends the moment this unity between self and God is accepted without condition. What would God have me do in this situation, with this body, with these circumstances? What would God have me do? That's the joy. It doesn't matter if the thing is screaming in pain. It's like, if you would use it for what it's meant to be used for, there's going to be no sense of pain because there's no guilt. Any moment you can accept what the body is for, what the world is for. Let the hush of heaven descend on everything. You need not do anything, only rest in God. Repeat this over and over again till that pulse of striving calms down. When the pulse of striving calms down, you know what? The pulse of ecstasy arises. The ecstasy that's in resting in the truth. The only true ecstasy. So today it's choosing quiet over the noise, right? The example I gave with the car alarm. That's an example of some noise, right? But me and my two friends, we just chose the quiet, the peace, the joyfulness. We didn't need the car alarm to go off first. We chose the joyfulness with it. And when you get pulled into any kind of anxiety, stop and recognize in you, in God, which is myself, everything is resolved. All things are resolved. And then notice wherever you're pushing or straining. That's what it means. I need do nothing. That doesn't mean that you're not going to apparently do shit. It's not trying to absolve you of seeming responsibility in the world or anything like that. It's noticing this is an internal movement where there's a push or a strain or an idea that you have to do something because the doing is already taking place. Let the responsibility rest on God. It's not about trying not to do things. That's also a push or a strain. Let yourself be released from that and be held in this hush of heaven that's always here. You're not here to strive for heaven either. It's just remembering it's within you. To live from stillness is not retreating from life. It's being fully in it. It's bringing life back to the sacred order of things. It's not like I'm in the world needing to do something. The world is in me. And through the apparent doing, I'm extending love. Nothing here. Nothing to become, nothing to win, nothing to get. The hush of heaven holds my heart today, twice today, AM and PM, and every hour, and any time any kind of anxiety or pushing or wishing or seeking arises. Remember this, my loves. The hush of heaven holds my heart today. Have a beautiful remembrance. I love you.